The Miami Dolphins are stepping into a game that feels like a must-win, facing the 2-7 Las Vegas Raiders. It's not just about adding another victory to their record, it's about sending a message. This team has the talent, the drive, and the opportunity to prove they belong in the playoff conversation. The Raiders, on the other hand, are in survival mode. They've got nothing to lose, and that can make them unpredictable. Miami cannot afford to overlook this matchup. Every snap, every drive, every decision needs to show that they're serious contenders. The Raiders' offense is not one to strike fear, but they do have a rising star in rookie tight end Brock Bowers. He's been their lifeline, their go-to player, and a rare spark in an otherwise lackluster season. For Miami, the game plan starts with him. Take Bowers out of the equation, and you essentially cripple the Raiders' ability to move the ball. Gardner Minshew, the quarterback tasked with leading this team, will look to Bowers whenever he's under pressure. Miami's linebackers and safeties have to be ready. It's not just about shutting him down, it's about making sure he doesn't become the X-factor in a game where the Dolphins can't afford any surprises. This challenge comes at a great time for Miami's defense. They're coming off their best performance of the season and need to build on that momentum. Last week, they showed they could step up when it mattered most, and now they have to take it a step further. If they can neutralize Bowers and force Minshew to look elsewhere, the chances of forcing turnovers skyrocket. And turnovers are what can swing games decisively in Miami's favor. Another key element is the pass rush. Miami's defensive front has been turning up the heat lately, with Chop Robinson emerging as a force to be reckoned with. He's been a game-changer, getting sacks in back-to-back games and consistently disrupting opposing quarterbacks. But it's not just him. Calais Campbell and Zach Sealer have been playing at an elite level, creating a defensive line that's becoming increasingly difficult to handle. And then there's Quentin Bell, a player who's shown flashes of brilliance and might be given more opportunities to shine this week. This pressure isn't just about racking up sacks. It's about making Minshew uncomfortable, forcing him to rush throws, and creating chaos in the pocket. The Raiders' offensive line has been shaky all season, and this is where Miami can truly dominate. A relentless pass rush can not only stall drives but also create game-changing plays. Miami has the personnel to make that happen, and this is the perfect opponent to unleash their full defensive potential. On the other side of the ball, Miami's offense has work to do. Last week, they got the win, but it wasn't pretty. The passing game struggled, and the team leaned on their rushing attack to pull through. This week, that ground game will be crucial once again. Facing a Raiders defense that gives up an average of 130 rushing yards per game, the Dolphins have an opportunity to control the tempo and wear down their opponent. Devon Achane and Raheem Mostert are players who can thrive in these conditions. Their speed and vision make them a nightmare for defenses, and against a unit like the Raiders, the potential for big plays is there. Jeff Wilson Jr. could also play a role, adding a physical element to the rushing attack. But it's not just about the running backs. Miami has shown they're willing to get creative, with players like Malik Washington taking advantage of end rounds to catch defenses off guard. Expect more of that this week as the Dolphins look to keep the Raiders guessing. One area that still needs improvement is the inside running game. While the Dolphins have been effective on the edges, they haven't dominated up the middle. This is where the offensive line needs to step up. Aaron Brewer, Alec Ingold, and the interior linemen have been solid, but there's room for growth. Establishing a stronger presence between the tackles can open up even more options for the offense and make them that much harder to defend. This game is about more than just winning. It's about building confidence, finding rhythm, and proving that Miami can take care of business against teams they should beat. The Raiders may be struggling, but they're still an NFL team. They'll fight, and they'll be looking for any opportunity to catch Miami off guard. The Dolphins can't afford to let that happen. Miami has to play with urgency, execute with precision, and show the kind of consistency that playoff teams are known for. This is the time to clean up mistakes, reinforce strengths, and build the kind of momentum that carries a team through the toughest parts of the season. A win here won't just improve their record, it'll set the tone for the weeks ahead. The stakes are clear. The Dolphins have the talent to dominate, the motivation to prove themselves, and the chance to make a statement. This is their moment to show they're not just a good team, they're a great one. The Raiders will come ready to scrap, but Miami has the tools to ensure they walk away with the result they need. Now it's up to the players and coaches to make it happen.